Hello there, sweet friends, and welcome to Finding Your Style Too. Today we are going to tackle episode number 4, and we are going to do a lesson in fear. We are going to try to figure out what it is that is holding you back from your creative process. And the way we're going to do this is we are going to make yet another graphic organizer. So the paper I'm going to use today is just a really large piece of paper. It was some advertising paper that I got at a secondhand store. I got a big stack of it. It's thin, it's got a big graphic on it, and I think actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold it in half because it's pretty thin, and I'll just use this side right here. Any paper will work. You're going to probably want a larger piece of paper. And again, this is going to be from your junk pile, so find something that is not really precious. The other thing you're going to probably want is a collection, a pile of writing utensils. I didn't think too much about it. I just stuck my hand in my bowl of markers, colored pencils, crayons, markers, all that good stuff, and I just plopped a whole bunch down. So once you have those things, what we're going to do is we are going to tackle the topic of fear. So my original thought was, let's do a web where we write the word fear in the center, and then we would put all around the word fear the things that we fear when we are working in our journal or when we are doing our art. What are those things that are in the back of your head that are nagging at you, that tells you you are not an artist, or tells you you can't do this, or keeps you from trying this? And when I got started in this process, I actually realized that the thoughts were coming so fast and so rapid for me that putting this into a web actually didn't work. So mine just really pretty much turned into a brainstorm. You'll see here in just a second, I'll speed up my process and show it to you. But I ended up and I just brainstormed all my thoughts, all my questions, all my ideas, all my words, all my phrases. I just ended up and put them all over the place. And I turned my paper and just really had no rules. Once I really got into this, everything just started going, and I just wanted to get the words down as quickly as I could. You are welcome to put this in any type of an organizer that works for you. You could do a list, a numbered list, or a bulleted list. You could do a web. You could do a table where you list them into categories. You do whatever works best for you to get your ideas down. But this is the way that I was able to capture all of the things that go into my head whenever I try to create art. So let me go ahead and speed up my process and show you how I did this. For this voiceover, I'm going to attempt to do this outside. So we may hear some crickets, we may hear some lawnmowers. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens. So I started with my collection of writing utensils. And right there, that's a huge thing for me. A lot of times I'll get stuck in figuring out what materials I want to use, and oh, do I have my blue marker, and do I have my pink gel pen? And that's something that stops me in my process. So I didn't even think about it. I just grabbed whatever was there, a handful, blindly stuck my hand in, and I was going to have to use whatever I had. I started off by just writing the word fear, because at first it was hard for me to think about fear. Fear is it's a strong word, so maybe we don't use the word fear. Maybe you want to use the word hesitation, or maybe you want to use the word negative. It's an exercise in whatever is holding you back. So maybe you don't want to use fear. That's okay. Just think about, what is it that holds you back when you go to do art? So once I started writing fear over and over and over again, things started to come to me. And a lot of this are things that I guess I had when I first started creating art. And then a lot of these things are residual. They are things that I still struggle with today as an artist. So now I'm starting to write down things like criticism and
compliments. And believe it or not, compliments are a thing that strikes fear in me. What if somebody compliments me? I know that seems very weird, but it's a fear of mine, being able to take compliments. Let's see, what else did I write down? Am I worthy? Am I worthy of being an artist? My biggest thing is that I did not go to school to be an artist. I think my last art class I took was, gosh, when I was in middle school, and it was because I had to take it. I took a class about teaching art in elementary schools when I was going through college, but other than that, that was pretty much it. So I feel like me not having that education, that degree that says I am an absolute certified artist, that was my biggest hang up. That was my biggest problem with creating. I felt like I wasn't worthy because I didn't have that pedigree. And it took me years to get over this. It took me a long time to realize an artist can be many things. An artist can be a baker. An artist can be an engineer. An artist can be a decorator. It's not just a piece of paper. And so it was something that I struggled with. I feel like I'm kind of moving away from that struggle, but that's a lot of what my fears were surrounded by, or surrounded around. They were just a bunch of me not being worthy. So that's a lot of the things I write down. Now I'm throwing in a little weird thing here. I just happened to have a picture of me. It was a off-cut picture leftover from something, sitting on my desk. And so I'm going to go ahead and put that picture on this piece of paper. You don't have to do this. I'm doing it because it's kind of symbolic of me. I'm owning this. This is me. These are my fears. These are the things that go through my mind. So what I want you to do is I want you to get your big piece of paper. I want you to get your handful of writing utensils. And I want you to just let go. Start writing down anything and everything that comes into your mind that holds you back. And don't worry about somebody reading this. Nobody's going to read this unless you want them to. This is for you. This is for you to dig deep and tap into all those insecurities that you have. Write them down, write them sloppy, write them neat, however you want to do that. And then what I want you to do is take this piece of paper and hang it up somewhere where you will be able to see it. And then we will use this when we come back to our next lesson, okay? I hope you are healthy. I hope you are happy. I hope you do something creative today. And I hope you can face your fears and get them written down on a piece of paper. Have a great rest of the day, guys. Bye.